don't fight, chasing shadows in the night. Promises made, but I let them fade. Caught in the cycle, I'm feeling betrayed. Round and round, I'm losing ground. Trying to break free, but I can't see. These negative patterns are haunting me. Nights turn to days, I'm losing my way. Thought I found peace, but it's led me astray. Chasing the high, but it only brings pain. The more I run, the less I gain. Chasing dragons, but don't you bring your fire to me.
Hey everybody, hey, and welcome to another session of Tarka Said Again. And with us today we have Porctia Symone, and she is a southern pop artist. Yes, you heard me. Well,
Yes.
first let's welcome the Southern Belle.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Tarka.
Yes, she's a beautiful lady.
As
Well,
you.
thank you so much for joining us, and
Yes.
definitely, had to get you here in the studio with us today so we can take them back to the good old fashioned kid couture days. We met back in the day, many moons ago, when
Yeah,
my
I think it was
child
like
was
2008.
it was yes. So I think my child was what, 4 or 5 years old when she
Yeah,
came
she
and
was about
started
to be
modeling.
6. Yeah.
Yes, those were the good days, just seeing those kids grow in modeling and doing their little
Mm-hmm.
twists
Yeah.
and the fashion shows that came with them.
Yeah.
Listen, you had them all the way put together.
Thank you.
We're going to move on because she was once here with us in Florida and then she left us. She made a transition
Yes.
to Cali.
Yeah.
What was that like? And
I
what made
know,
you
right?
go?
First of all, let's congratulate Jarvia because she just graduated and I just love me some Jay. Okay. So
Okay.
congratulations to Jarvia for just
Yes.
holding it down for y'all's family. I always see how like family oriented you are with her and like she has such a great support system. So congratulations to both
Yes,
of you guys.
definitely. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank
I
you.
started from Charleston, South Carolina,
Hmm.
and I moved to Florida. I graduated high school in Jacksonville.
Okay.
And then while in Jacksonville, I was hearing about the classic weekends, right? So I'm
Oh.
still in high school. I'm hearing about classics. And one of my homegirls was like, let's go to classic weekend. And I was staying with my aunt at the time. I asked her, can I go? I put it in her ear like a couple of weeks before. And she was
Okay.
like, let me think about it. And then when the time came, I asked her again and she told me no.
Oh.
And I'm just like, I'm a straight A student. I do what I do. I'm on the step team. I'm on everything. Why can't I go and have a good time with
Right.
my friends? And of course, listening to my peers, they was like, well, why don't you just go and then worry about it when you come back?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
We made the decision to be grown.
Okay.
So I go to Florida. I enjoy my life. And I come back and I have no place to stay because she was like, yeah, no. You're not about to just
Whoa.
disrespect me
She
like
was
that. She was
serious.
serious. And you know what?
Wow.
Ever since that moment, I have been on my own, right? So
Okay.
I
Okay.
graduated high school on my own. I moved out to Orlando. I went to school for interior design and always immersed in beauty. I started in the beauty industry.
Hmm.
My mom was always in like she had her own salon, so I grew up in a hair salon where I was doing nails, makeup, sewings at 12,
Hmm.
washing, do anything in that salon I could do, right?
Right.
So I was really glad that she's instilled a lot of that foundation inside of me. And in Orlando, I had to survive, so I went to school for aesthetics
Yes.
and I became an esthetician. I worked at Mac Cosmetics for about 5 years, and then I opened my own spa
I remember.
within yeah within that transition. I first started off with Throwdown Productions, and Throwdown Productions was step shows because I was so passionate about step. I was the captain of my steps team in high school and I wanted to like recreate that same vibe, so I got several schools in Orlando to join this step show. It's called Throwdown Productions. I had a comedian host it. I mean, it was a big situation. Flyer Promo Now at the time was sponsoring it, so it was a situation. But then I realized that fashion was what I was more passionate about. And my mom also did fashion shows, so everything basically, the apple don't fall far from the tree. I started
Right.
doing everything that she was doing without even knowing that that's what I was doing. Still to
Right.
this day. So I created Kids Couture, and I think that Kids Couture definitely riled up the city. Everybody wanted their babies in the fashion shows, but I could only host at the most 30 at a time, which was a
Mm-hmm.
lot, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So about a good 6 years I was doing Kids Couture before I opened up my spa, and even while I was doing my spa, I still had Kids Couture coming in there,
Right.
and that's how me and Tarka met, you know.
Yes, those annual shows was everything, honey. You
Yes.
took us around the world, the Paris shows and
Yes.
various things. You brought it to the stage. So we
Yes.
definitely appreciated that just in thinking because all kids don't get that opportunity to actually
Mm-hmm.
physically visit those locations, but you brought the
Locations.
stage to life for
Yeah.
them at a young age and giving them that experience. I'm sorry to hear that the classic was addictive and brought you on to our city. Listen, Hunty, let me tell you, I represent FAMU, alumni.
Okay.
We'll sprinkle a little BCU in there, but
Yes.
FAMU, I'm
Yes. We
sorry.
represent. Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry
Yes.
that took place, but just in hearing your story, because I didn't know,
Mm-hmm.
but in
Mm-hmm.
hearing that, it brought out a lot as far as your creativity and growth and independence, all of those
Yeah.
various things. It came out of you from this mishap, or this
Yes.
disobedience.
Disobedience. And you know what else? Like just me talking to you right now, and you talking about the Paris and going worldwide and all of those things. I never even been to Paris at that time, you know? But I was
Okay.
planting a seed without even knowing it, because then I got on tour with Lana Del Rey and was traveling the world. So all of those places that I was bringing to Orlando, trying to make it like a imaginary fantasy, it
Mm-hmm.
came to life. And that was
Oh.
amazing. Yeah.
Well, go ahead and tell us about Lana Del Rey because I hear she's a major artist. I've
Yes.
seen various videos that you've shared as far as the
Hmm.
crowd and so
Yeah.
many people being out there in the crowd, and you even attended Coachella.
Yeah. My
That
first Coachella, I was on stage.
that is major. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm talking to somebody that has experienced that, not only going, but you was there, like you was in a stage, you know?
Yes. Yes.
So give us a little background information, one, backing up and talking about the major artist and your experience with
Yeah.
her, how you all
Hmm.
met up, and then tell us about Coachella.
Yeah. So nothing was planned.
No,
If I'm being honest,
I
nothing was
believe
planned.
you.
I opened up my spa. It was a beautiful situation. Me and my partner went separate ways, and it was time for me to leave. And I
Okay.
think that prior to me opening the spa, I was ready to take the jump. But I opened the spa, it held me there another 3 years, and I was able to just touch that part of my life that needed to be touched. Once me and my partner separated, I felt like that was the opportunity for me to just recreate myself, reinvent, you know, Portia Symone as not only a person who gives in the community, but also me as an artist. So I moved from Orlando. I drove to Charleston, South Carolina to say bye to my family.
I
And
remember
I
you
was like,
packing
Ma,
up that truck and putting
listen,
everything in.
anything that could fit in that truck was coming. Anything that couldn't was gone. Okay. Like I was selling stuff. I was like, get the tables, get the equipment, get whatever y'all can get, because I'm out of here. Okay. So I drove to Charleston, South Carolina. Then I drove to from Charleston to California. That was an intense drive, right? This is my
Mhm.
first time ever driving across the country.
Country.
One, I'm by myself. On that drive, I literally had like every kind of like emotion that came out of me. I cried, I laughed, I had concerts, I listened to every album that was my favorite album. I reflected on what I was leaving, and that was really like detrimental for me to feel like I was leaving so many special people and
Right,
my world that I had created and built in Orlando that I was known for.
right, right.
Makeup, production, and microblading. When
So
I
you
moved to
left what was
California,
something that was, you left something that was familiar to
mhm,
embrace something new, the unknown. And
the
that's
unknown.
a lesson within itself.
Yes, 100%.
Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. I need you to be like, come and bring it back, bring it back. Hopefully I'm staying on topic. So, when I got to California, I was staying with one of my girlfriends, and she was in like a little studio, like one little studio. Um, it was very small. I made sure that I try to get a job before I got there. So it was this place called Seva Beauty, and I was like, well, let me just try to lock something down, make that happen while I try to build myself in Cali and figure out what I'm doing in a whole nother, I feel like, country, to tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I get to California, and I go for my second interview. The first interview, we got through it and it was over the phone. I felt like it was going to be the perfect thing for me to do to try to get through surviving in California. So
Right.
he was like, all right, for the second interview, it'll be face to face. So I'm pulling up. I go there and it's at Walmart, right? I pull up in the Walmart parking lot and I'm just like, I call him and I say, "Hey, I'm here in the parking lot, but I don't actually like see where the place is at." He was like, "Oh, come into Walmart. It's like a little third party company."
Okay.
Girl, I wanted to back that car up, put it in reverse so bad because it was a very humbling experience for me. Like
Mm-hmm.
coming from owning a full spa and
Right.
then going into Walmart third party eyebrow situation. But
Right.
I definitely spoke to God and I was like, Lord, I know that this is something that I should be doing and I need you to just give me the discernment to stay here, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Not only was it such a good thing for me to do, Walmart gets about 2,500 people in the doors a day. Seva
Wow.
Beauty got about 1,200 people in the doors a day. And I was
Mm-hmm.
only threading brows. But every single girl that sat in that chair, I let them know about my microblading. And
Mm-hmm.
I would work at home and have them come to my house. And I was charging them $350. I was banking. You know what I'm saying? Just
Right.
like
Right.
having a hustle of getting the people were already coming. They were right here for me. I just needed to build my clientele. So then
Right.
I built my clientele through Walmart, and then I opened up a studio here in California.
And just
And
listening to
that's
you, what if you had not taken that
mhm.
opportunity? What if you would have backed out of the parking lot, like you said?
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
and the key point or word that I think I heard you say was it was humbling, and just from that
Mhm.
experience, like you flourished, put more
Yeah.
money in your pocket.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. More than I would have even imagined, like, okay, P, you was tripping and crying about this little $14 an hour that you're trying to make coming from a whole spa that you had. And I think that I just kept my mind focused. I was probably like, no lie, like 50 pounds heavier at the
Okay.
time. So I
You
was
can
just
do
like, girl, I was eating. I was eating and maybe depressed, like,
Okay.
but I didn't know that I was depressed. So I was
Mhm.
just like, packing on the weight. And when I moved to Cali, I was like, I gotta get my weight together. I need to get my credit
Mhm.
together. I need to get my life together. I need to build up. I know what I have and I know what I'm capable of doing. So, bam.
Right.
Through me going through that experience, I had no friends, right? So I joined a dance team called 3XT at the time. One of my best friends now, Furley Prado, her
Yeah,
and another,
I remember her.
yes, her and her partner at the time, Alex K, had a dance company that, they were just doing classes at the time, but through those classes, I was able to find a womanhood in these women that I was dancing with. All of us above 30 years old, but we just trying to like keep our rhythm and keep us going. And it definitely gave me a little bit of life just to be able to like connect with these girls through dance.
Right.
And and
They kept you
Alex
fit.
K, they kept me fit. They kept me looking young. I was hiking and doing all kind of stuff. Girl, we in
Okay.
Cali, you know. But Alex K did backup dancing and singing for Lana Del Rey,
Okay.
and me and Alex became really close. So through Alex, I met Lana on a personal note. To be 110%, I didn't really know Lana like that. I didn't know her
Okay.
music. I didn't know her as who she is right now. So I met Lana on a friend basis,
Right.
and it was at her house, and we was going to like a little 4th of July gathering, and she was really cool, chill. So I wasn't thinking that she was a whole superstar, you know. And
Right.
then Alex was like, "Girl, this is like Lana Del Rey. She's like a really big celebrity." And I'm just like, coming from where we come from, Lana Del Rey isn't on our radio. Like, she's not
Right.
in our playlist.
Right.
But she said "Young and Beautiful," and that was the soundtrack to the Great Gatsby movie. And that was actually
Wow.
the song that I played back to back to back to back to back, listening to Lana, in Orlando, and not even knowing that I was going to be meeting this lady at some point,
Face to
and knowing that this was
face.
even her song. I was just like, this girl sounds gorgeous. Like, I should retry to do this song. So this was right before COVID that I met Lana. And then we had New Year's, and Lana knows that I sing because I guess Alex told her.
Okay.
But she came up on the couch and she was like, "So for New Year's, we are going to have to get some entertainment downstairs. Nothing planned, but we just going to call a couple people to come sing up on the mic, and we'll just bring in the New Year." So I'm like, "Yeah, that'll be cool. I ain't even tripping, right?"
Right.
I'm
Right.
not thinking she talking about me.
Right.
Trust me. When I walk, this is at the Chateau Marmont, which is a very old school Hollywood hotel,
Okay.
very much well known. Celebrities
Mm-hmm.
go in and out. When I walked in, this is the type of people that was in there. Megan
Mm-hmm.
Good, Spider-Man, like these
Okay.
type of celebrities that I was well
Yeah.
rounded, with. And so
We
I knew
call
that
them
this was like
A-listers.
A-list
Okay.
celebrities. I was in the room with A-list celebrities. And we go downstairs, and Byron, who's her MD, is on the piano. Lana opens up. Her and her friend does like a little duet song. It's super cute. Then Eric Billinger, he gets on the mic and he sings "A Ribbon in the Sky" and kills it, you
Wow.
know? And then Byron, the MD, says, "All right, Portia, come on up here." And I'm looking like, who Portia he talking about? Because he can't be talking about me. And my whole soul, I just like collapsed. I was just
Mm-hmm.
like, and Alex was like, "Stand up, Portia, stand up." And I was like, "Portia, stand up." And I stand up and I start walking towards the piano. And I'm just like, "Oh my God, what am I going to sing?" I have
Right.
no idea what I'm going to sing in front of all these people. And I'm actually sitting at the table with Megan Good, her family, everybody that's those people, right?
Right. Right.
And I get up and think about one of my favorite songs, Jessica Rabbit, "Why Don't You Do Right?" It's in the old school Hollywood Chateau Marmont hotel, and I think that the vibe was perfect for it. So I sing that song, which I'm still singing today.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it was just the perfect timing for me to just show my skill.
Right.
Fast forward, moving fast forward, Furley and Alex puts on a woman empowerment show called She. And
Okay.
I'm doing like 12 numbers, 12 different outfit changes. I'm in here, I'm like doing a thing. The MD comes, he sees me perform. He's like, "You coming on tour with us, right?" And I was looking at him like, well, if my bill's gonna be paid, I'ma come. Like,
Okay.
sure, like, bro, I'm out here struggling and trying to make it. So I'm coming on tour if my bill's gonna be covered. He's like, "Nothing to worry about." I was like, "Okay, get bet." We get to fast forwarding where I'm now at my first rehearsal,
Okay.
and I'm greeted with the band, and I'm greeted with two other singers. Peaches West and Jasmine Rose, right?
Okay.
They are legends in the BGV world. So this is
Mm-hmm.
such an honor for me to even be singing with them and in this vicinity. So I'm super grateful and just really trying to like be a sponge and take things in. And they did not make it easy. They was just like, girl, you just coming in here like, me and her, we best friends. We do this type shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So I kind of felt like an outcast, but I had to prove myself that not only am I supposed to be here, but this is what has in the path for me. So I'm going to get vocal lessons, make sure that I know how to harmonize, make sure that I know how to blend well with them. They taught me
Right.
a lot, and I can never repay them for what they were able to show me.
Mm-hmm. The fact that you already had some experience, like you were musically inclined, the confidence
Mm-hmm.
already was there, not only like working with Kids Couture, but with your other groups that you've been a part of your younger
Mm-hmm.
years.
Yeah.
So already having that experience and
Yeah.
then the culture and like you say, blending with that particular genre, because that could
Yeah.
be a thing if you have no idea. You know what I'm saying? As
Mm-hmm.
far as the
No, a
blending.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
and everybody comes from different backgrounds, and because you've worked hard in your field, doesn't take away from what I worked hard for. Because I bust my ass to get to where
Mhm.
I'm at right now, you know.
Right.
But I would never be like, you don't deserve to be here because you wasn't in this field. It's just like I had a different route, and
Right.
this is where it led me.
Right.
So I was grateful for the opportunity, and I showed up professional, and I did my job, you
Wonderful.
know.
Wonderful. So, in taking that, because I want to get us over to this solo career
Yes.
that you're branching off into, what lessons from working with the major artist, Miss,
Lana Del Rey.
yes, Miss Lana Del Rey, from working with her, that you feel you're carrying over to your solo career?
Thank you. That's such a good question. My very first show was 100,000 people,
Wow.
right?
Like you was
So
thrown right in.
I was
Was no gradual.
thrown in there. It was no gradual. My very first show was in Brazil, 100,000 people, and I had to
Wow.
remember all my words and make sure that you know what? A person that always calms me down, even though like she's my mother, you
Hmm.
know, but I always go back to Ladybug, this is what you do. Make
Hmm.
sure you bring it and represent,
Hmm.
period. And that's what was in my head. Like, do this for your mom, do this for what you've been, training to do. All of this, all of these years, this is what you're here to do right now. And I had to silence the noise that
Gotcha.
was not only outside, but inside as well. Like my own self, doubt and things. But being with Lana and learning from her, she taught me how to be cinematic.
Okay.
She taught me how to build my own world. From her, I know how to build a world. I know how to, speak to my audience and be very much so hands on with them on the ground. And I think that her just being so humble with the whole world tapping into her, it just showed me the grace that I need to have in my artistry.
So, what do you think was that moment with you? Because you're still considered working with her, correct? So, what do you think
Mm-hmm.
was the
Yes.
moment that you realized from stepping, say, from behind the mic now into like the spotlight of your
Mm-hmm.
own solo career? What made
Yeah.
you say, let me
Oh,
go for it?
right. I think that was always the goal for me
Okay.
prior to Lana Del Rey. My grandfather was a gospel artist. He had his own gospel band called Deacon James and the Sons of Grace, and he toured the world as well. Yeah. So as a child, they would put the cousins together to try to make a little band, and we would go through, like church talent shows and was winning them,
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I've always been musically inclined, and I think that I've always wanted to be an artist, right?
Okay.
I feel like I'm not going to say that I stumbled upon Lana Del Rey as a backup singer, but it definitely gave me the experience and the confidence that I needed that I was missing. It was a piece that I was missing, and it was the confidence. So the project was always going to happen. I just didn't know when, you know? As an independent artist, it's very hard to try to find your sound, to get with the right engineer who's going to make you sound radio ready, putting money behind it. And as a struggling artist, I just didn't have the funds to back me up. So here and now, at this very young age,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm able to put out my first album. And the album is called Velvet Smoke. It is very
Velvet
much so rooted
Smoke.
in my Southern Belle. Yeah.
Roots, your Southern
It's
Belle
very much so.
roots.
Named the album Velvet Smoke because I feel like it defines me. Very much so, like calm and sexy, but also very much so like don't play with me because I want the
Hmm.
smoke. I'm coming
Right.
for it.
Give
And
it to
anybody
me.
who's a hater at any kind of thing, listen, come on, cause she ready. That's you know what I'm
Right,
saying. So
right.
yeah,
I love that.
my thank you. My first single is called Chasin Dragons. And it's doing really good. I was able to perform it on Sunday live at Vinyl to Viral, which is Furley Prado's show that she just produced in San Diego, California. And that was amazing. The venue was at Lulu's Jungle Room, which was gorgeous.
Hmm.
And even though this was her show, it definitely still fit into what I was doing as well. As an independent artist, she gave me that platform to just perform my music live, and I'm forever grateful for her for doing that.
And I love the dress that you wore for that performance as well. I think it all went together.
Thank you.
Yeah. And just going back a
Yeah.
bit and listening to you, and you talk about your grandfather, that puts me back, of course, my book, Addictive Patterns, when I talk about those generational
Yeah.
things that are passed down from one generation to another. That's considered an inherited
Mm-hmm.
talent, what you're doing. It's
Yes.
just a
Yeah.
stem from your grandparents.
For him, he'll be like, that's the wrong genre, but the right attitude.
Ah, okay. Well, there it is.
Cause gospel is everything. He'd be like, you doing the wrong genre, but you got the right attitude.
Right. Tell granddad we embracing it all. All genres.
Yes.
But you
Yes,
want the
all genres.
listener, right? What do you want the listener to know or understand about Portia Symone when they hear your music for the first time?
I want them to be able to relate to things that women go through, right? The reason why I decided to do Southern pop is because I can tell stories, right? I can tell my story. I can tell stories of like scenarios that people have gone through. And I hope that they're able to relate and be like, you know what? She made me feel her. She made me appreciate what she has going on because I've been through
Right,
that.
right. It's always good when someone, of course, can relate, to you. Do you have any upcoming events in the making?
I have literally just done so much stuff this past weekend, right?
Okay.
Like I said, I just performed in San Diego, and today around 2:30, I have a studio session to complete a few more songs on the album. It's supposed to drop in April, and every 6 weeks, I plan to drop a single, hopefully with a music video to go along with it. I just hope to continue moving forward and completing this project that's been an eternity. you know, I'm giving myself a deadline and I want to make sure that I have a release party in April.
Will definitely keep
Yeah.
us posted here in Florida. Don't forget
Yes.
about us. And I'm sure you will be successful as you were back here with us. So you know how to make things happen. I wish you well in your future endeavors.
I just want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to just tell my story. It's definitely here in the beginning, and you are one of the first people to interview me, so I appreciate that so much, and I'm very grateful to just be able to be here on your platform.
Yes,
Tarka, say
ma'am.
it again.
Yes, Tara could say it again. Hashtag addictive patterns. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
hashtag.
Yes, thank you so much for accepting
Yes,
the opportunity. And we definitely miss you here in Florida. But we
yes.
know that you had to go off and spread
Oh.
your wings, and you are definitely doing that. So continue. Much blessings. And to
Yes,
our listeners, please
thank
don't
you.
forget. Yes, to our listeners, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to Spotify, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. You all have a good one.
Yes, Chasing Dragons by Portia Simone.
Chasin Dragons.